welcome to Raising Vibrations with myself, Simon. Today, everyone, I'm going to be sharing with you a little bit on the Jupiter in Virgo transit and basically just offering some of my feelings towards what I expect regarding this transit and maybe giving some overall guidance on how to actually take advantage of this transit in a way that creates ultimate soul empowerment. Okay, with here when we're talking about Jupiter in Virgo. Okay, firstly, Jupiter moved into Virgo on the 11th of August 2015. He will do an entire cycle until the 9th of September 2016. Okay, and in that period of time, will then retrograde on the 7th of January 2016. And it will stay in retrograde motion until the 9th of May 2016, okay? So for its entire cycle from the 11th of August 2015 till the 9th of September 2016, there'll be one retrograde cycle, and that will be from the 7th of January 2016 until the 9th of May 2016, okay? That's its one retrograde cycle during its whole transit of Virgo, all right? Things that I feel are really important to recognize with this cycle, which I will, in a right brain expression, talk about. But Jupiter will make some aspects towards Neptune in the early degrees. So currently at this point in time on the 5th of October 2015, Jupiter is at 8 degrees Virgo and Neptune is roughly 8 degrees as well. So there is a natural opposition that's taking place at this stage in the Virgo-Pisces axis. Okay, and I will get into that information for you again and what that symbolizes from my point of view. And then Jupiter will also be making 3 oppositions to Chiron, and that will again be Chiron in Pisces, and 2 of them in 2015 and 1 in 2016, which I feel is really significant as well, especially when it comes down to the nature of humanity's original separation. Which, by the way, if you want to understand that process, I do recommend watching the video. There's a link at the top of it. It will come in right now, talking about that separation and what Chiron symbolizes really in Pisces for us and how we're going to be healing that process. And then on the 17th of October 2015, we'll have Mars conjunct Jupiter in Virgo. And this is quite a significant angle or conjunction because it will literally put in place the Jupiter in Virgo cycle in a way that is for us to explore. It's the new direction. At the moment, they're in balsamic phase and we're still culminating these belief systems. We're still trying to break them down, etc. And this will be symbolized through Saturn's 1st degree in Sagittarius, okay? So that balsamic phase between Mars and Jupiter at this stage in Virgo, both of them will be making a square to Saturn and Sagittarius. Sagittarius and Virgo square each other in the natural zodiac. Again, I'll talk about what that means a bit later. So they'll be making that square. They're in balsamic phase at this stage, so it does mean a culmination. It does mean surrender. It does mean complete and recognize within our inner realities where our belief systems will be outdated. And of course, as Mars crosses that Virgo, it will create a new conjunction and the seeds for the new evolutionary growth will start to take place. And of course, that's where we start to discover, okay? I feel like that's the major aspects that will be taking place at this point in time. There'll be a few aspects like Jupiter will be quincunxing Uranus for a period of time. I think that in conjunct or quincunx is a really significant one in the sense that Uranus is going, look guys, let's flamboyantly go out into the new direction and discover for ourselves. Let's liberate, let's find new direction, let's independently feel my sense of freedom. And we get out into that new direction and we sit going, okay, so I didn't really plan this really well. So I'm just going to sit here and kind of figure out what to do through crisis. And so Jupiter in Virgo, crisis, Aries just spontaneously going in different directions. And so it creates that necessary realignment process. So that angle is going to be very significant as well. And I feel that Uranus is at 18 or 19 degrees retrograde at Aries at this stage. And Jupiter is at 9 to 8 degrees of Virgo. So they will make that quincunx angle for at least another 3 months. And it will get obviously more intense as we move into December. And that's where you'll really start to feel where these new directions that you've been planning in, or a new sense of feeling within yourself, how is that actually going to practically start manifesting in life that is efficient, what is specific to you. Okay, so before I jump into talking about the intuitive aspect of this cycle, I'd really like to open up again, sharing with you what Virgo symbolizes, and what Jupiter symbolizes in as an archetypal structure. Okay, so we're dealing with Sagittarius and Virgo here. Okay, I hope that that's something that you actually enjoy. That's what this channel is about. So I do these descriptions for you to learn as well in that way. So Leo, I'm going to start off with Leo. Okay, Leo is the archetype where we give color to the identity that was formed in Cancer, okay? And it gives life. It's the sun. So we creatively expand and express ourselves in ways that reveal to us this feeling of special destiny, this feeling of purpose, this feeling of being recognized for my dreams, and so on. As we go through the Leo archetype and we evolve through it, what naturally stems from that process is a creative feeling of narcissism, like this is my journey, this is follow me, this is my destiny, and it's only me that I focus on. Now, I want everybody to remember that if you've got a strong Leo signature in your chart, there is very, very strong valid reasons to actually recognize the need for self-focus. Okay, so if you have been called narcissistic with somebody, if you're self-involved, etc., recognize that it is actually a necessity for you to have that strong Leo in your chart. And the reason why is because it's actually strengthening that archetype in your consciousness. So for me, I've got the moon in the 5th house and it's in Gemini. And I know that part of my own spiritual journey has needed to actually create a strength around the validation of my expression. Okay, so I talk a lot and I'm known for that experience as well. So in the sense of honoring that process, it is strengthening my ability to recognize that part of myself that has been disempowered, okay? So it's really, really important to recognize if you've got strong Leo in your chart, there is a need for that. And I've kind of sidetracked a little bit. The reason why I've sidetracked is because the overall picture of Leo is to creatively self-actualize through intense self-focus and validation that eventually leads to a nature of confidence. This is who I am. This is what I represent, okay? So what happens now in Virgo is that we transition, we move from the expression of creating myself as just being seen as me to going, okay, there are other people in this world that are doing the same thing. And so therefore I need to establish within myself healthy, balanced expression of self-validation versus validation of other. And that can be perceived in Libra. Okay, Virgo is the transitionary gateway that allows us to make that necessary change. So evolutionary astrology has defined Leo as sitting at the top of the pyramid here. Okay, the light is shining at the top, the king sits at the top. Now, as we move from this process, we flip the pyramid upside down and all of a sudden we're sitting at the bottom. Okay, now we have this massive galactic universe over us and we are bottom of the food chain. Okay, not really the bottom of the food chain the way you understand it, but I hope you get my point here. You're putting yourself last, which is why a lot of Pluto and Virgo souls, or lots of souls that have got Virgo, will feel this really, really deep need to be of service to people and not actually put themselves first. Okay, now the reason why that's the case is to literally create necessary humiliation and a sense of putting myself last in order to create service and awareness around what is others' needs in relationship to my own. So that's how that balance starts to create. It puts you at the bottom and says, okay, wow, there are other people out there, so I become of service. So from being in Leo of creative self-actualization, look at me and serve me, to I'm going to now be of service to you. It is that process of humiliating the ego that allows us to understand our cosmic connection. The cosmic connection, or the connection to the universe, is represented in Pisces. So Pisces can be perceived as the entirety of the universe. And Virgo can be perceived as the little speck that exists within the entirety of the universe. Paradoxically, it is the speck with the microcosm, as it were, that is, when you go into it, actually starts to form as a macrocosm. So it's interesting that the only way for Virgo to actually exist is to see the enormity within itself. And the only way for Pisces to see its enormity is to see the details in it. Another way that I could really capture the essence of Virgo-Pisces axis is that imagine you're standing on the beach and you look up at the stars and you observe the beauty and wonder and the enormity of everything. And you yourself feel overwhelmed by this enormity, right? You recognize that you're a part of something that is larger than yourself. That moment of feeling that largeness is Virgo. It is that process of, wow, I'm actually part of something so huge, just like everybody else in this experience. And yet simultaneously, you take your eyes and you glance down at the bottom and you see the little specks of sand and the microcosm that exists beneath you. And you observe how small those things are in relationship to your enormity. So you observe this and you look at the tortoise maybe over there, or the turtle, and it looks up at you, random example, or a crab. You look up to you like this and it's like, wow, that person is huge, that person, I'm part of something bigger, and yet simultaneously you're going like, wow, I'm actually pretty big. And that feeling of that connection to that space over there is now all of a sudden felt as you look at the smallness there. That's the Virgo-Pisces axis, that re-establishment of connection to something larger than yourself, but observing how interconnected you are to it, the vastness and the smallness. So we flip the pyramid in Virgo and we start creating necessary humiliation. Now, humiliation is from Virgo, acts in crisis or dysfunction. Okay. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that there actually has to be a crisis or a dysfunction in the way that is negative. It just means that you could be feeling really confident in your ability and then have a conversation with somebody that has maybe some more education on that matter. And what they do is they create the feeling of lack within you. Oh, I didn't know that information. I should know more, or I would like to know more, is really what you should say. So the humiliation is something where you recognize that there is still more to know, there's still more to expand upon, and even though you have in yourself the feeling of like, I've accomplished, I've gotten what, there can still be humbleness. You can still be humble, and that you can be open to new experiences, Pisces, open, that lead you to more growth, Virgo. So now you can understand that it is the facilitation of growth, it's the facilitation of expansion, and the facilitation of how to listen and be humble, while simultaneously recognizing your connection to your destiny. So I sit here today and I talk to you about astrology and I share with you my thoughts and opinions. And many of you probably enjoy the fact that I can share such information to you in a way that really expands your consciousness. Now, I could be very Leonic in this space and go, yep, that's me, that's it, you know, praise, raising vibrations and all that type of stuff. Or I can go, I would really love to be able to sit here and share this information with you in a way that not only captures your imagination, expands your consciousness, but gives me the opportunity to go and explore more because I don't know it all. And then I can then come back to this video and share more with you and go, okay, I still don't know anymore. And it's that constant process of karma yoga. So read up some information, expand my consciousness, digest it, understand it, find the context, and then come digest it to you guys or dialogue it with you. And it allows me to be expanded in the diversity of what it is that I can share with you. And it's kind of interesting because I used words expanded and diversity. And if you look at the natural zodiac, you have Sagittarius, expansion, diversity, Gemini, Virgo, Pisces, mutable cross. The expansion of consciousness through the realization of infiniteness and the curiosity to explore it in a way that creates improvement. You all have a mutable cross in your chart. It is your natural way of how you expand your consciousness. So you can actually see now that as we transition into this Jupiter and Virgo cycle, that we get this opportunity for us to really explore and expand the nature of what we know and grow in ways that are profound. And what we're growing and expanding upon is the nature of what we found in the heart when Jupiter was in Leo. So I sit here today and I have this new like description at the background, subscribe button over there. And I sit here and it's okay, fantastic. I've got this channel up and running. It's all Leonic, it's got all its fancy stuff, etc. But really, I want to make the content incredibly impactful for you to come back to and go, this is a place for me to grow. Because I have Mars and Venus in Virgo in the 8th house. So, you know, I'm naturally going to want to do this process. And then everything's in Sagittarius anyway, in the rest of my chart. So expansion, self-improvement, and so on and so forth. So again, I'm trying to really capture the essence of this Jupiter and Virgo transit is now, how can I improve this? How can I bring more consciousness here? How can I bring more expansion to the thing that I love to do the most? So that's my challenge to you. My challenge to you in terms of this video is asking yourself at this stage, I'm in alignment with my heart, and how can I be more of service to my heart, Jupiter and Virgo? How can I be of more service to my devotion, to my practice, to my spiritual practice? What is it that I need to do in my life to lay down necessary, like, support beams, as it were, that gives me the inspiration to explore, expand, and grow the nature of what I believe to be true? And so that I can then become a vehicle for that consciousness to be expanded upon others. And so collectively, we actually are of service to each other through recognizing our own individuality, Leo, and expressing that own individuality in a very collective way, Aquarius, allowing for us to then have an expansion of consciousness through Virgo Pisces axis, Sagittarius Gemini. There's also a couple of other things that I suppose I could chat about with regards to this, but that was really the essence of the message that I feel is important to capture during this transit, which will be for a year. And we'll consistently keep on getting opportunities to build that, to strengthen that, and so on. So that will be the overall kind of goal that you're looking for, into like getting into a vibrational alignment. On a more mundane sort of, you know, existential world level, I feel that this transit will definitely bring to us a lot of external crisis. In other words, the void, Virgo, remember the void is a representation of Virgo because we project the meaning into our external reality that then reflects back to us the representation of source. If we are obviously lacking of that source, which the majority of humanity is at this stage, we're going to experience that existential void through crisis. So a lot of you that are watching these videos right now, in some way, shape, or form, will probably be in situations where the external world will have to change through breaking downs that are outside your control. Surrender Pisces, Chiron in Pisces again, Neptune in Pisces, Jupiter opposing it, Saturn in Sagittarius, that will literally create a crisis and a crumbling, which will force you back in yourself to have to then explore what it is that you find to be what you love, and then start building the necessary life in alignment with what you love, and not having to have expectations from the outside world. So I encourage every single one of you that is watching this video here to, in some way, shape, or form, stop thinking about what it is that you love to do and start bringing it into the world in a way that actually shows us the physical, like you're showing up. So in the Metamorphosis program, which I have with all my current students at this stage, is we're working on actually integrating what they love into their journey. And it's pretty phenomenal to see how this groundwork is being put into practice and how are we showing up spiritually. So again, my invitation is to offer that there. And that crisis that I'm talking about is the externalization of your security and removing it. You're removing that security from the outside world and bringing it within inside of yourself. So then instead of experiencing crises that are projected onto you from the consensus world and so on and so forth, you remove the potential for those to happen, therefore creating a sense of empowerment within yourself, but at the same time also then allowing your own heart to be built in that way. Okay? Fantastic, guys. I really hope that you enjoyed this video and that it was exciting. And that this in some way, shape, or form inspired you to feel that there was a need to do or to go along those directions. If you feel like you have any questions regarding that process, please write to me in the comments below. Anybody that's watching this video that you guys have commented on, and I might not have responded straight away, I've got a hectic work schedule, and I'm busy learning how to prioritize things in a way that really gives me a lot of space to do that. So I do apologize, but I do get to them eventually at some point. So I appreciate the fact that you do actually interact with me in that way. I love it. Other than that, guys, hit the like and subscribe button. Share the stuff if you feel that it was something really valuable. And don't forget to check out the membership program on Raising Vibrations. I've got a video that comes after this illustrating exactly what you get with this program. I love doing the membership program because it really, really gets me into the process of spiritual gymnastics, where every single 2 weeks we talk about the nature of our spiritual work in that way. So that's always fun. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Have a fantastic day. Take care, guys. Bye. Simon from Raising Vibrations Astrology. And today I'm just going to quickly share with you some information on a membership program that I'm currently holding on my website and what it is that I offer. So what I would like to do is just show you precisely what I'm actually offering and why it is that I'm encouraging everybody to participate in this experience. And the first thing that we're going to do quickly is go to the website raisingvibrationsastrology.com, and you'll come to the main page, which looks something similar to that. If you've just watched the YouTube video, that will be present in the link. The link will be in the description below. Okay, so you go to memberships over here, and you click on that, and what you have is 3 options. Okay, I have 3 options here available. I've got a 1-year subscription, a 3-month subscription, and a 6-month subscription. And the reason why I'm doing this is because it's like a gym membership for your spiritual growth, basically. And every single month, I use the new and full moons as opportunities for us to come to a point in space within our lives and hold space within ourselves regarding soul growth, soul growth, basically personal empowerment. Okay, and so this is what the main idea about the membership is. So the same thing that you do when you go to the gym, you go there to train, to work out, to strengthen your body, and so on and so forth. Well, this is something that's more of a spiritual gym. Okay, so what I would like to show you is the options. The 1-year membership is a $285 experience, okay, which gives you about $626 over the whole entire year in terms of what you get from it, plus the discounts. So you get a 15% discount on all readings, all webinars and workshops that I hold. And every single month you get a full and new moon video, which is about 45 minutes long. Okay, these updates every 2 weeks. And they really go in depth. And there are 2 on my site already, as I've just recently started this. So you can actually go ahead and have a look at what those entail once you've got the membership. And I'll give you a quick sneak preview of what it looks like. You also get access to 3 current MP3s that I have on my site at the moment. That is the Saturn Return, Saturn and Sagittarius, and a Personal Empowerment MP3. And you also get the Pluto, your Pluto house sign. Okay, it's a 45-minute MP3 that's specific to you. And in that video, I talk specifically to how to access your soul's journey and what it's about and why it's there, etc. And then on your birthday, you get a live solar return reading. Okay, so that's what the 1-year membership is. It's a fantastic package in the sense of what I give in terms of what you give back to me in return. And so that's what that is. The 3-month membership is something where it's $55, and you basically get the new and full moon reports every 2 weeks, and you get access to the 3 MP3s. Okay, the 6-month is $95. And again, the same thing, discounts on all readings, webinars, workshops, and of course you get the full and new moon updates, right? Access to the 3 MP3s, and of course your Pluto house and sign. Okay, now once you've actually signed up and made your payments and subscribed to the membership, you'll have access to these 3 tabs: MP3s, full moon and new moons, workshops, and your solar return. When you click on the solar return, it will take you to a place where you go and book that in on your birthday, of course. And then whenever the new and full moons are ready, which will come out alongside the articles, because that's what the articles are for, The articles, as I can see over here, let me just show you. Astrological updates, new and full moon reports, and yeah, they are. Okay, so what the updates do is they take all the information that I've written and I distill it. I put it into something that is really workable for you. Okay, so I take it one step further. So that's what you'll do. You'll go to that, you'll read the article, and then you'll watch the new and full moon update, and it will give you this grounded perspective. Okay, you can click on that over there. Now, of course, this is restricted access. Maybe I can log in. No, I haven't lost my password, so I'll just log in. Let's see. There we go. And so there's the new and full moon that's available to you at this point in time. And the next one will be coming up soon. Fantastic. Well, I really hope that that inspired you in some way, shape, or form to feel like this is a commitment you can make. I will honor it, of course, all the time when it comes down to the new and full moon reports and your MP3s and solar readings. So if this is something you're interested in, you know, go ahead, click sign up, and it would be lovely to actually have you participating in this experience. Until then, take care.